How are things, Red Devil fans? Welcome back to another video where we have got some updates for you guys in terms of the whole takeover process of Manchester United. Previously, we've talked about how Sheikh of Qatar is interested in buying Manchester United, and in the past week or so, some fascinating information and rumors have surfaced online, and we're going to cover everything for you guys in this video. First things first, after the loss against Liverpool, a lot of people started speculating that Qataris have lost their interest when it comes to buying Manchester United. I mean, honestly, this one rumor was quite ridiculous to me. What they're highly fond of is Manchester United as a brand, and neither a win nor a loss is going to change that. So I myself immediately took this with a grain of salt, and I'm telling you guys that you should too. Secondly, let's talk about a very important update on the takeover, which is a meeting that is going to take place in the next week or two between the bidders for the ownership of the club, Qataris, and Sir Jim Ratcliffe. They're going to have meetings with the director of the club separately, and they're going to be informed by everything that is happening in the club, including the monthly numbers and what is needed to take Manchester United to the next level. In fact, these kind of meetings are presentations by the director of the club to provide the needs of the club and also making an attempt to not get laid off. Additionally, when these meetings occur, the possible new owners can come to a conclusion whether they are the right people for investing in the club or not. In a nutshell, it is like a first date when you like someone but you're going out with them to see if you guys are a match made in heaven or not. That was the best possible example, by the way, that could come into my mind. It's going to be a good chance for both bidders to see what kind of situation Manchester United is dealing with as a club and how these investors can improve upon different aspects of the club. With that being said, all the major reporters are addressing the fact that Qataris are the ones who are leading the takeover race, and they're more likely to own the club ultimately, whereas what Sir Jim Ratcliffe and his team of people have in mind is helping the Glazers with the investments, and they're not looking for the entire ownership of the club. But as I said, the bidding war is going to a whole nother level next week due to the fact that there are going to be meetings between Sheikh of Qatar and football director of the club. There have also been rumors that numbers that Glazers have in mind is quite different than the numbers that Qataris have offered to buy the club. Glazers reportedly think that Manchester United brand is worth close to £6.5 billion, whereas the numbers Qataris have offered is closer to £4 billion as their starting bid. I would assume that at the end of the day, they would come to an understanding. I don't think Qataris would want to overpay, since that can have serious consequences for them, so that is a smart decision making by them. Also, on the one hand, rumors from heavily credible sources are stating that the whole process of selling the club by Glazers will be completely done by the end of March. On the other hand, I've come across some rumors that stated that worst case scenario, the bidding war will be over by May, and official announcements will be made at the end of May, which is interesting when you think about it, because that time period will be closer to the end of the season and right before the start of summer transfer window. Another matter that is worth talking about is how some fans got quite scared when they first heard the Qataris are willing to buy Manchester United, because they still think that if that happens, there's a possibility that Manchester United would become the next PSG, a team that arguably just spends money left and right without a correct vision for success of a club. To me, since there have been reports that Qatar officials are going to have meetings with Manchester United club director, that fear is not going to be a concern, frankly. Don't get me wrong, I mean, there's always a possibility for that. However, the meeting itself is an indication that provided that Qataris become the new owners of the club, they're not going to fire people left and right and have full control over every single thing that is happening in the club, including the starting lineup of a team. In fact, they see themselves more as investors in the club, and apparently they're willing to have knowledgeable people handle the day-to-day tasks, something that is clearly absent from PSG formula. Last but not least, some pictures and images have surfaced online in relation to how Qataris are interested in building a brand new stadium for Manchester United, as they want to increase the profitability of the club. Some of these images and concept arts are worth checking out, but building a new stadium is definitely part of their long-term plan and their grand scheme in order to bring glory to Manchester United as a brand. Of course, time will tell, and we'll have to wait and see what happens. What do you guys think about everything we just talked about? What do you make of the reports regarding the takeover of the club? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Leave a like if you found this video informative. A special shout out to all you amazing people who have joined our channel recently. We're trying to reach 500 subscribers by the end of March, so consider subscribing. If you're more interested in Manchester United latest news, check out this video where we have covered the latest updates regarding Mason Greenwood. Thanks for sticking with me until the end of this video. Take care of yourself.